I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, more of these stats packages keep coming out here on the housing starts both in the province and in the city of Vancouver. I've done quite a few blogs on this talking about how very little is getting built as far as strata in Vancouver. They're building some rental stock that's underway, but that's not going to do anybody any favors long term. These are going to be renting at $3,200 a month for a small one bed. You want to be an owner if you're going to stay in Vancouver long term. Nothing wrong with renting short term. But now the city, I told you guys about the provincial stats a couple of weeks ago. Now the new package just came out from the city of Vancouver. And it's titled 58,000 new homes now in development pipeline or under review in the city of Vancouver. The final tally is now in for the number of new homes built within the city of Vancouver during the first year of the provincial government's legislated housing targets order under the new Housing Supply Act. So this is put in by Dave Dweeby. Let's start building more homes. Let's get everyone building triplexes and fourplexes and rental sixplexes, which is an absolute pipe dream, as I've told you guys. Do not fall for that. Do not build a sixplex rental, two of those units have to be below market rental. And can you imagine, build one of those, get into bed with the NDP, and then a year later they put in something like rent control, where you can't raise the rent even when the tenant moves out. They want to do that, folks. So it's one thing to buy a one-bedroom condo as an investor, as a landlord, rent it out. If you decide you're moving or you want to get out of the market or sell or whatever, I can sell that for you in 30 days, no problem. It'll be a quick, easy sale to buy a one-bedroom to either another investor or an end user. Try selling a sixplex that you dropped $4.5 million on. It's a small apartment building, now that has rent control. You can't sell it to an end user. You can only buy it to an investor, and they're going to disappear on buying a sixplex for $4.5 million. You're out of your mind to risk that type of capital. Watch my other blogs on it. But so the final stats are in after the NDP's let's start building more houses. And as expected, it has fallen well below the established targets for the year by 26%. I told you guys, we're not building anything. Nobody wants to get into bed with the NDP. Their taxes, they're unpredictable is what they are. What's going to come next? You know, another tax. We've got a flipping tax coming in here in January 1st. So for the first period, for the first year period between October 1st, 2023 and September 30th, 2024, Vancouver recorded 4,100 new home completions in its jurisdiction, which accounts for units that were demolished. But this includes 3,700 new secure, purposely built rental homes. They like to build those. 1,400 new ownership homes and 104 supportive housing units. But they're not building. It's 26% below what the NDP's targets were. Of course it is. So this is going to continue, guys. They're going to build rental stock, but it's coming at a cost of building strata. Developers, do not want a whole lot to do in this market right now. Interest rates are still high, but coming down. It's a soft market, especially for new construction, new condos, because you got the double dip on the GST. You've got an anti-flipping tax coming in. When you're buying these homes, you've got the GST on the way in, and you're paying a premium price for them anyways. I'll do more blogs on the bloodbath that's going on right now in trying to sell a newly built pre-construction condo that they're getting keys on. Most of these owners are taking heavy losses if you can even sell the unit. Stay tuned for some blogs on that. But the final thing I'll say here, what I've been talking about, is this is one of the reasons why people sometimes will say, oh, and when do you think you might retire and start selling off some of your rental portfolio? And I say, I'm not in any hurry right now, that's for sure. I mean, some of these condos I've owned for over 30 years. They've long paid off, free title, clear title. But I'm definitely not selling anytime over the next 3 or 4 years. And the reason for that is because I've been in this business 35 years. Real estate tends to go in these kind of jolts up. It'll go up 10, 15% in a year or 20% over a 2-year period. Then it might level off a little bit, maybe go down 5% or have a couple of years where it treads water. The last couple of years have been pretty muted. They've been, prices have kind of been stagnant. Sales for this year are down, a fair bit. But we're due now, in my opinion, for another jolt. When you read the tea leaves here, this is what I see. Pent-up demand. Buyers have been kind of sluggish the last couple of years as the interest rates were ratcheted up. Now that they're coming down, they're going to start coming out of hibernation. And again, I'm calling for spring 2025 to be a pretty good market because I think interest rates are going to be down another 100, 125 basis points. Every cut is going to get more buyers out there. We're not building anything. We're building new rental housing, but it's coming at a cost of building strata. You can still buy a decent concrete strata downtown Vancouver for $1,000, $1,100 a square foot. There has been some really tremendous deals this past summer that I've seen. Condos that were selling 4, 5, 6 years ago for 1.7, selling at 1.3. Higher end luxury condo, 2 bedrooms. More people moving into the city every year. Populations continue to grow. Again, interest rates coming down. The rental market or the vacancy rate is near zero. Rental rates at all-time highs. Cap rates at all-time highs and getting better as the interest rates come down. So I am staying patient. I'm going to hang on. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to have to start selling some of my units as I retire. I'm definitely not going to do it until I'm retired and not earning any income as a realtor, because then I'd really get killed with the taxes being in a 50% tax bracket like I am now. I'd be paying, at 50% rate. But eventually I will, but I will be definitely staying patient here for another 2, 3, 4, 5 more years. Because I think over the next 3, 4 years, you guys will see, I think we're going to start to see getting some pretty decent steady traction starting next year on price appreciation. The numbers are there. Interest rates coming down, demand keeps going up. They're not building any condo, they're building rentals. That $1,000 a square foot you can buy for right now is going to look pretty good 5, 6, 7, 10 years from now. It's going to be a lot more than $1,000 a square foot. I'll review my rental portfolio in another 3, 4, 5 years, see where the prices are at, see what the market's at, and then maybe by then I'll be semi-retired and start maybe selling 1 unit a year for a little while. But I'm definitely staying patient and not selling anything right now. Final thing, pretty good time, as I've been saying all summer, to be an investor. Again, cap rates are great, interest rates are coming down. Currently right now, the market is fairly balanced. It's still in a seller's market for 1-bedroom condos, but you're not getting into the bidding wars. Again, vacancy near zero, rents are high, and the rents are going to continue to go up, guys. They're not going to go up like they have the last 3 or 4 years, but they will go up above the inflation rate. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. See you next week.